Suicide is a serious public health issue that affects millions of people around the world. But just how common is it? In China alone, some 120,000 people die by suicide every year. That's around 330 deaths per day. Today is World Suicide Prevention Day. Every year, communities come together to raise awareness and support those who've been affected by suicide. And today, we're walking to remember those we've lost, stand for those who are struggling, and spread hope for a better future.
We walk together because we are not alone.
Why did you join the walk today? What is it you're hoping it would achieve?
My niece is actually going through a mental health struggle right now.
I'm hoping it brings greater awareness to suicide. I think there's such a stigma to sharing your feelings, your fears with anybody.
I hope it will achieve a sense of togetherness and unity, spread awareness, and probably gain more support within our communities.
Each person has a different way of showing that, right? Of going through their pain and demonstrating what they're going through. So a few things that can be noticed is when their habits change. So a person who's usually very active and starts looking more withdrawn or just skipping things. There are also things people say, life is really not worth it. So there are comments that you need to pick up. The moment when they start getting better is actually the most dangerous or risky for that person. Is when parents and physicians and clinicians and people who are supporting that person need to be more attentive to them, because that's when they are still depressed. They still have those thoughts, even though they are getting better. The thoughts are still there, but now they have the strength to carry on and to do something. Being able to be open for it, to be able to see it, it's very important. To be attentive to the signs, to those little things, to those little changes, to stop a little bit in their busy days. Being able to understand mental health as something that needs time to heal, and sometimes you just need to listen, even if there's a lot of complaining. Also, don't do what you cannot do. That's not a fault. And then being able to look for the resources that you have that would actually be supportive, then that would be the way to go, I guess. I think asking honestly. It also depends on the context and the person who's asking, if you feel comfortable enough. And sometimes that person is not ready, but then just saying, well, I'm here if you need me. I'm here when you're ready to open up. Or if you find that there's somebody else that you feel that you could open up to, do that. So I think that's being there, asking that genuinely makes a difference.
You don't have to have it all together. No one does. You don't have to be perfect. No one is. Perfect is the enemy of good. You're enough.
It's always okay to ask for help. One question or one prompt to a friend or a teacher or a counselor.
Start by being honest with yourself. Like, what do you want? Definitely talk about it.
And if you don't feel comfortable talking to your friends, your family, call Lifeline. If you can't verbalize it, maybe write it down first. Work with a lot of kids where we try to write down what they're struggling with, and they're seeing those words on paper, and it makes a big difference. And later, like, okay, I think I'm ready to share it. And they meet the person, like, actually, I'm not, but here's a piece of paper explaining what's going on. And that's a big step for a lot of people.
Today's actions bring hope for the future. We've walked with a shared purpose and a belief in a world where mental health matters and suicide is preventable. Step by step, we can make strides. I'm Emma Leeming for Shanghai Daily and City News Service.